Hey everypony, today I want to be showing you guys a little bit about how I play League of Legends when I'm playing Annie into Lux and show you how the laning phase works. Well, let's see. So, in our matchup, as you can see on the left and right hand sides, we don't really have, well, at least it looks like Jarvan could become tanky, but he later does decide to not go for one, which makes it a little difficult, but other than that, it's a pretty interesting laning phase. So, he will try to do a few things in mid. On the other hand, we have Maokai as a jungler, and I know he won't be doing a lot until later in the game, so I start to go aggressively. And I try to play this lane aggressively. She tries to trade with me, but I instantly hit her back with an auto attack and a Q. I don't get my Thunderlord's proc off yet, but I continue to last hit with my Q and make sure that I have all my mana where it needs to be, and of course always have things off of cooldown so I can repeatedly last hit. So let's see, Lux of course starts to poke me, and as soon as I even see her casting her abilities, I either run back, or once I hit my next level, I will get my E, because getting poked down is not fun. I can use my E to block a good amount of her damage, which is early levels 16%, which is actually a pretty big amount. And and as you can see right there, I just ran up to her just to bait her to cast something, and then immediately backed off, because Lux does run out of mana early on if she starts with her E. So I tried to play into that and make sure, and there she gets me, but I managed to get my E off. I don't know if that was on time. I didn't know for sure, but I think it might have been. So I keep going in terms of CS. I have a slight lead above her for now, 15 onto 11. Not too bad. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep the lane sort of in but I can push. Okay, here Jarvan tries to come in, but we thought she might have warded there because she instantly backed off. I didn't know for sure either. So the gank didn't work for now. Oh my gosh, it's actually getting a little laggy. 1 second, every pony. So I continue to do what I can to farm, and of course I always try to walk up towards her, because now I realize that look at her mana bar. It's almost down. There's nothing she can do at this point to really prevent me from farming, and I keep farming. I walk up to the minions every now and then. I keep myself behind the minions just so I don't get Q'd, because her Q can go through minions, and it doesn't cost a lot of mana. And here she checks another E. She probably thought I was gonna go for that and meant W or something, but I didn't do that just yet. I get a Q off of her and manage to stun. So the way this works is I first let me go back here just a little tiny bit, about here maybe. Let's see. Let me go through. Okay. So I didn't even do anything special. Okay, let's see. She does not manage to. I didn't manage to even have to hide my stun. There's a way you can hide your stun. I'll explain that later when I actually do manage to do it. Like when you 3 stacks, you can stun someone as long as you have your E up. So the farming game keeps going. I get a slightly, ever so slight lead, considering that Lux is someone who's, at least in my mind, supposed to counter me. I think I just did it back there. 1 second. I think that was it right there. What happens is once you have 3 stacks on your passive, and your stun triggers with your 5th ability whenever you've cast 4 abilities, and you're hitting someone with another ability, then that ability will stun somebody. So what you can do is when you're at 3 stacks like I am right now, you can press Q, and before that Q lands on someone, you can actually press E while it's flying, so that Q will be that 5th ability that is cast, and of course hit Lux since it's already in midair. Hence, you're getting off a stun without actually having the white circle things around you until it's already kind of too late, because Q isn't a skill shot. So my laning phase is sort of getting more and more oppressive. I'm pushing her in. I'm aware of Maokai, but I'm also realizing that he can't do much to me. And Jarvan actually jumped in, I wasn't paying attention there, but she did step back pretty quickly. I didn't think we could have done much anyway. Well, actually now she is out of mana, which is very helpful, and the Lux that's out of mana is usually one that can't do much to you, and that's usually the general thing. When you're against Lux, you want to get her to, and here she actually gets a pretty big E off of me, and I think I didn't have my E off the cooldown back then. So, yeah, I'm once again forced into the position where I'm farming, but I realize that I'm slowly getting the advantage over her, knowing this is only gonna go well for me the more mana I get her to. And here she casts her ultimate to wave clear, and this kind of makes it obvious that she's going back, because you only wave clear for two reasons. Either you're going to try to roam or you're going to go back, and well, there's not a lot of roaming you can do as Lux when you're out of mana. So I know she's back. I proceed to do the same. I clear out the minions. I'm blowing my mana. And I go back as well. I don't have Ignite on me this time. Sometimes, well, as and you don't usually always need it, especially if you already have enough burst as you are. And she pings my SS, and I go back and get myself. Let's see, what did I get? I got Amplifying Tome. I got Life Crystal, and I got some potions and my boots, and I got a ward. I got a red ward, which I like to have to make it sure that a certain tree doesn't come onto my lane and ruin it. I teleport into lane, and then yeah, she's still pinging me a sass, and the game continues, and she instantly E's me the second she sees me into lane, which I didn't think she was gonna react that quickly to me. And of course now I'm having a little bit more hesitation going towards farm, because I don't want to eat too many E's, because Lux can stack quite a lot of damage early on, so I of course don't want to blow the health potions that I have. I let the turret and I actually missed that cannon minion. Yeah, and here she gets a Q onto me. I know she's gonna ult me, but you see I have my E on, so I'm not eating as much damage, and she's actually getting quite a lot of damage back onto her as well. But I realized this trade was not good for me whatsoever. Shouldn't have gotten caught by the Qs. And I'm trying to see where she is, just to make sure that I, you know, kind of can actually go up to her and farm. She Qs, I sidestep the Q, I flash over the E, which I guess was a last ditch of effort, because I didn't want to get... Because if I would have eaten the E and the pass, and she would have walked up to me and auto-attacked me, and possibly Q, that could have gone pretty badly. So without flash, I still stick around in lane. I'm sort of getting my HP back again. I blew my potions just for that, but we'll see things working out later anyway. So once again, Jarvan is sitting in lane. He's not been able to do too much really. He jumps forward, but again, it doesn't really help when Lux is standing back forward. We've both not done too much in terms of allowing either jungle to really gank, except for now where I see that my upper side of the river is warded. So I go down here, just trying to see what's happening, because I'm getting pinged from Maokai, but we do run away pretty quickly. I think Maokai got spotted there by one of the trinkets down there, so yeah. I get another E off, and now I barely live that with my HP there. I didn't think I have E there, or at least I didn't expect her to have it up again this early. But now I realize her E is off cooldown. Her cooldowns, at least in early levels, it takes a while. It takes about a minute, so I go for something ballsy now. I know her ultimate is off cooldown. She only has 2 spells and her auto attacks to hurt me, so I go around the long way. I want to make sure there's no... I kind of know there's no vision there, because, well, I never saw her put any wards there, so I put my trinket down. There's no wards in here either, so she didn't see me put this down either, so right now she does know where I'm at. And if you look at right here, she's cast her E, so I know her E is on cooldown, her ultimate is on cooldown, the only spell that isn't off cooldown is Q, and she can of course still auto. And here goes. So her E detonates, and she Qs, her Q misses. I get stun off because I stunned her just like I said earlier by hiding my stun. I cast Tibbers onto her and W, and Tibbers deals the finishing blow onto Lux, giving me first blood in the game. Alright then, let's go and... Since minions clash at like 145, we're gonna look at this for a few more minutes and see what happens, but you kind of get the idea as Annie. You play safely behind your minions. When you're up against Lux, you walk up towards her. The last thing you want to have as Lux though is have her keep you under tower, because she outranges you. She outranges and can almost always harass you under tower if you let her, but if you aggressively push against her, last hit, and don't be afraid to trade with her, you can actually do really good against her. And especially if you get to the point where she runs out of mana, and even though her ultimate does have a fair low cooldown, her other spells do have actually high cooldowns. So once those are on cooldown, you can actually go up there and do things, even if you're on low health apparently. So the lane goes on. My farm could be better, but considering this is the matchup that it is, I'm not gonna complain. We're sort of equal in farm. And yeah, there's not much more to it than that. And now you can see the bottom side of wait, those are actually my wards. There's actually a ward here from Jarvan as well. She's not managed to clear out either of these, so that's another reason for me to, you know, sort of feel safe in lane and continue to push. The tree isn't gonna do much to me. So yeah. I hope you guys got a little bit of an understanding as to how to deal with Lux in your lane when you're playing as Annie. It's not an easy matchup by any means. It means a lot of dodging, watching her animations, dodging her E's, and getting her to waste her cooldowns onto you. But outside of that, it's not too much of a biggie if you can keep dodging and make her waste mana, and of course get openings to attack her, even if you're a short-range mage like Annie is. Well everyone, I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you guys in another video like this. If you do enjoy little guides like this, then do be sure to tell me, and I'll try to do it with other champions. I've decided to do it with Annie mainly because she is my main besides Cho'Gath and Orianna, so yeah, I've played her a fair amount. I'm only gold though, so you know, I'm not all the way up there, but... And once again, the same thing happens, rinse and repeat. Let me actually go back there and go on about what's happening. So I walk over there, and she warded there actually, and I think she saw my own ward being in her. I walk up towards the side, she E's, I try to dodge the E, but she manages to Q me and hit me this time. And she follows up with her ultimate, and her ultimate also triggers her passive. But since I have my E up, again, I hardly take that, I don't even take that much damage because of my E, because my E still... my E's the second skill that I max, but it's still only at level 1, and it still ignores, it still makes it so that 16% of whatever she does to me is just simply gone, and that's huge for someone like Annie when you're against Lux, who's designed to burst you out with a full combo. So I get the stun off of her, and Tibbers manages to get her to pop her barrier, which is helpful, but yeah. That's essentially the premise right there to playing Annie into Lux, is to make sure that you can avoid your damage with your E and dodge correctly, and then you'll most likely be winning your laning phase as Annie. Thank you every pony so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching, bye bye!